So now I'm going to increase the difficulty mode on you, Bart. Because we all know that you're kind of an emotional robot.
I thought you were going to give me a compliment.
I want to ask you a question that will perhaps make you look good. What was an emotional moment with Gio where you were like...
Can't compute.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Careful Boys. We are afraid of everybody. Today we're talking about a part 2 from the part 1 where we asked, what was a moment when you fell for your significant other? Yet to go, myself, Bartholomew, and Joseph.
Go.
So let's go Bart, and then we'll go Joe, and then I will go. As the host, I will go last.
Wow, so organized.
For me, I think that moment was in 2000. That's fucked up, dude.
No, we want to hear about
After he got the tattoo, he's been so mean to me, guys.
What?
It's because he knows he's in now.
Yeah,
he knows he's in, and now he gets
We can't fire him.
coast. He can coast, and he knows.
This is like our 10 years.
Don't call me now, bitches.
He's a wild boy now.
Firing him would be the best because then people will be like, oh, who do you have that tattoo with? He goes, the guy that fired me.
That's so funny. Can you finish your fucking story?
What is this 90s bully?
I think it was it was 2010. It's probably one of the most broke times of my life because I just graduated college. Didn't quite know what I was gonna do just yet. Me and Joe were still figuring out if we wanted to pursue JK at all because we were doing JK, doing college, also working part-time. So it was one of those things where like social media wasn't even a thing. You don't have these fucking multi-millionaire TikTokers or anything like that. It was very like watching this world getting built from the ground up. And during that time, I'm like, fuck, what do I do? Like I did just spend 4/5 years getting my undergrad. Do I continue on to medical school? Or do I do this thing that I love? But it makes fucking zero money. I think like at that time our checks were maybe like $1,000 every like 3 or 4 months or something. So it's literally enough to like we shoot for 6 months and maybe we could buy a new lens or a new camera. It was like, and then maybe buy some granola bars for some people that shoot with us and then like that's it. It was like zero money. But we really, really enjoyed doing it because we would do it every weekend. We would drive down to the OC to film. We would like pull all-nighters to edit. Like it was just like a really, really fun thing for us. And we can see the community building because we started getting booked for shows already. So we see momentum and movement and growth, just not in the form of like monetary benefit.
Yeah.
And I think during that time, I remember I was in, I moved in with Gio and she was living with a bunch of like roommates her age. And I remember sitting in the kitchen. I was just sitting on the counter, and then like she was like standing next to the oven, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't know what I should do." Like I'm like, I need money. I don't want to rely on my parents. I fucking hate them. And I think I was also still part-time military still, and I was like, "Fuck, I still got to do the reserves and shit." I'm like, "What should I do?" And then at that point, she was like, "Just pursue JK. I'll support you." And I was like,
Damn.
what the fuck?
So the first one, the sugar mama, you just made you go, oh wow.
Yeah, I was like, that's fucking, because no one's ever done that for me. And I was like, that's fucking, because she was a Korea woman already, she was a banker. And then I was like, what do you mean? Like, I could just keep doing this and then you'll pay for everything? She goes, yeah, I'll just cover it, food, whatever, everything that you need, you'll stay here and just keep going until you figure it out. And that was just such a mind-blowing concept that I was like, okay, I'm gonna take care of you for the rest of my life, just because she said that. So that was that moment.
I can support you too, dude, if you want.
Nah,
But she was bluffing because you ended up having to pay for everything.
Yeah.
She
She played the long game.
played the long game and she fucked it all.
She was bluffing. She was bluffing. No, just kidding.
She was smart.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
I think that changes like a regular boyfriend and girlfriend to more like long term.
Oh, for sure. That's a huge step. That's also a huge commitment.
Because most boyfriend and girlfriends won't really.
How long was
Hold
she
that.
supporting you after that conversation?
She never did. But the fact that she said that,
Fucking played you, dude.
no, 'cause I think it's one
you
of
got.
No, I think it's one of those things. Like once someone tells
She
you,
never did.
I think once someone tells you, you don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
You know, like the whole burn the ships concept.
Right.
It's like that. You're like, hold.
Burn the
Burn the
ship.
ships, explain.
So burn the ships is like people say like never have a plan B. So if you have a plan B, you will fall on plan B. So burn the ships is like if we go attack this fucking island, the minute we land on the enemy's territory, we burn our own ships. Because we're gonna fucking kill them and steal their ships and sail back. So you burn your own fucking ships.
We keep our ships and then we have a fleet.
Yeah. It's kind of a waste of
So that's the concept of burn your ship.
I think that changes the relationship to more of an actual team that's working toward a future and investing into each other versus like what's mine is mine and what's yours is yours.
I hate that shit.
Yeah.
I really do. No, because I know couples who are like, you know, well that's his or that's hers, or like that's her, like this, we keep the finances separate and all that stuff, but you're not working as a team. Like the team part is the cool part. Like
That's the best part.
yeah, and the communication too.
Because I can see how like just with Gio saying that, I think even for me like the expectations of being a little more traditional in my head of like guys just pay for stuff and girls like run the house and stuff and whatever, then that already goes, oh wait, so I don't have to pay for everything and you'll take care of me? Like that would change it for me too.
For someone
Yeah.
just to say that.
That's what made me go, oh shit, I better turn shit into overdrive if she's that down and never have to tap into that like first aid kit.
So now I'm going to increase the difficulty mode on you, Bart, because we all know that you're kind of an emotional robot.
I thought you were gonna give me a compliment.
No. I want to ask you a question.
Robots are cool.
I want to ask you a question that will perhaps make you look good. What was an emotional moment with Gio where you were like,
Can't compute.
That's not emotional.
no, I think that's like she's a writer and you're like, yeah, it's like it's no, I know what it means, right? She's gonna be your writer and all that stuff, and I think that's tight.
He's just calculating his EBITDA, dude. He's just like, how's this gonna work out logistically?
Emotional moment?
Can you use it in a sentence?
How about this? Is this emotional? Because I don't even know. There was another moment. So my parents are fucking from Looney Tunes, right? They're not of this earth.
Wile E. Coyote
They're fucking crazy.
and Tweety Bud.
When me and Gio were living in, my mom has like a property, we live in the back, it's like a little triplex, and we're living in this like garage. One day, out of nowhere, me and Gio are sleeping, and we just hear fucking rustling and shit, like fucking tree branches, and like we just hear like all this activity, and no one would be in the back unless like you know. So we're like, okay, so it's like either one of the roommates from the front or it's probably my mom. Then you hear like keys jingling and shit. I'm like, because my mom will never knock on the door. If she has keys to it, she's just gonna open it. So she opens the door, she comes in like, hey mom, and then Gio's like, hey, like, Mrs. Kwan, what's going on? And then she goes, today I'm going to marry you guys. And we barely been dating for like 6 months or whatever.
What?
This is a funny one.
Yeah.
What?
So like,
I don't think I've ever heard this.
so like Jill's like, wait, what? She was like, oh, don't worry, we're gonna marry you guys, love each other, so happy. So she comes and she sits us down. You sit here, you sit here. And then she like holds our hands and stuff. And then she goes, okay, you love her, right? And I'm like, yeah. You love him, right? And I'm looking at Jill like, I'm so fucking sorry. My mom's fucking crazy. And then Jill just looks at me like, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, I don't even know. This is like, I've been dealing with this my whole life. And then she pulls out rings. She like says her own crazy ass fucking vows. That's like a mixture of Buddhism and fucking lunacy.
Good combo.
Yeah, she puts fucking a gold ring on me, gold ring on her, and goes, okay, now you guys are married, kiss. And then we kiss, and then my mom leaves. And the fact that Gio didn't leave me right there, and like being able to like accept what the fuck is going on.
Yeah. Especially 6 months.
I was like, dude, this is pretty cool because I don't know who else gonna accept fucking someone just having the keys to your place, just entering, and then just having the craziest wise
ceremony.
ideas.
What the hell?
Craziest wise ideas, she'll just have them, and they just happen.
And that was at like 1 in the morning or some shit.
I forgot. I was like,
Has your mom like officiated or like ordained anybody else?
nope.
I remember when that happened. I think her concern, because she's so like conservative, right, was Bart and Gio living together, and I think she did that to somehow justify it in her own mind and make peace with it. Because she's like, they're not even fucking married, or like, I think that's why she forcefully committed the marriage.
Yeah.
Because that was so wild to me. And I wasn't living with you at the time, but I was down the street, I think.
Maybe, yeah.
But it was so wild to me that I was like, what the fuck? And then I think like I tied everything together, and I was like, the motive sounds like she couldn't get past her traditional ways, so she had to construct something to justify it.
The fact that we're sitting here, it's like 10 years later, still trying to figure out what the fuck that was about is why it's so odd.
Yeah. Yeah, she's fucking.
Have you ever asked her about it?
No, I just move on. There's too many.
I wonder if she even
Too
remembers.
many, huh?
Well, she's adopted me against my will.
Really?
Yeah.
I like the against my will.
He's like, I don't want to be adopted. I want to be a Kwan.
She walked up and she well, so for some reason she thought she didn't think I had parents.
I'm not surprised.
You don't seem like you do. yeah. She was just.
I'm like, I have a mom, right? And she goes, I am your new mama now. You can call me mama. And I'm all like, huh? And then so she was trying to basically tell me like, don't worry, like I'm your new family. And I'm like, I got tons of relatives in California. Like I'm good. Like I got family. And she goes, no, I'm your new mama. Like you could call me mama. And I'm all like, that's very loving of you, but I'm like,
The
laugh.
way my mom works is
She thought I was some orphan with no parents.
the way my mom works is like this: create a conclusion, act on the conclusion, and then go, "Oh, why don't you tell me?" That's the order that things go. So when me and Gio got married in Hawaii, Gio had like the roughest relationship with her dad, and they had like a 3-year like silent period. Even at the dinner table, they just pretended like didn't exist, right? And then it took a lot for them to rekindle everything, and then they formed a way better relationship after. When we got married in Hawaii, we were going down like hugging and crying like all of our parents, and Gio was hugging her dad, and they're both crying and sobbing because I think like now she's a full-grown adult, she's married, she's able to make her own decisions, and then kind of like putting all that crazy trauma and past behind. And it's a thing where it's like there's the people that are like at the like altar doing the altar thing, and then there's the audience thing. My mom puts it upon herself. She gets up and then she walks over to that embrace that has been like overdue for 2 decades. Be happy, come on, be happy. And it's trying to separate the two. And I'm like, Mom, sit the fuck down. I think this might even be in a vlog. Mom, sit the fuck down.
Bart goes and grabs her, sit the fuck down.
My son's good. Because she just made a conclusion. Like, she thought he was sad that now, like, the daughter's getting married off. And then later on, I explained to her, I'm like, no, they haven't talked for 3 years, whatever. She's like, why did anybody tell me? I'm like, because you don't jump to conclusions first.
Dude, bring your mom on JK,
Yeah, we
dude,
need to
and the
have
time
her.
traveling auntie.
Yeah. I need a hot seat. I need a hot seat with Bart's mom.
Yeah.
Dude.
She's cuckoo, man.
Steve's gonna get to her, dude. Steve's gonna figure her out.
I'll crack it. Joe Jitsukawa.
Dude, I feel like our relationship has been anything but predictable and traditional. Like there's orders to how things happen, right? But it almost feels like the way that we got together was like almost like we got married first, and then like a traditional. But then in the beginning, you know, when I visited her, when I first met her in the UK and all that stuff, like that was just normal, like modern, like just hooking up. Like who would have thought, like, you know, it's so long distance, right? There's no intention of that going anywhere. And then we both were in the same mindset of like, I just want to have fun. Like a lot of people, it's difficult to have something like long term with because of maybe our experiences or whatever, but we just kind of were jaded. Not bitter, but you know what I mean? Like just kind of
You hadn't had a lot of luck in love.
Yeah. So it was like but we're still human and we want affection and we want, you know, all that stuff. So I think that was our mentality going into it. But along the journey, I just felt like there was nothing stopping me from moving forward every step of the way, whether it be like emotional or intellectual or like through everything. There was progress that didn't feel like there was effort.
Yeah, you were an emotional match.
Yeah, everything just balanced and it felt easy. So I think that was one thing that was so different, because it's like most people have to work to court. There were differences and things that we didn't quite get yet, and like, yeah, we fought like in the beginning where we're like misunderstanding each other, but I think getting back to that baseline and that comfort was much more different. But I think the biggest pivotal point, because I think like relationships to that point can be very, if you've been into a lot of relationship, it can be kind of similar, where it's like, yeah, everyone feels butterflies when they are infatuated, all that stuff in the beginning, right? It happens very commonly. But the pivotal point for me, where it was like marriage and of the first sure, was I think she's the first person that actually understood me and was able to communicate who I was to me.
Oh shit.
So like maybe I couldn't articulate my intentions or how I felt, or maybe I was misunderstood by other people, so they told me who I was. Like maybe someone told me like, oh, you're unromantic or whatever, right? And I'm like, oh, maybe I am.
They branded you.
Right. So then maybe because I didn't know myself very well, I just took on that definition of who I was, and I was like, yeah, sure. But then I think she said there were moments where she was just like, you know, you're a very romantic person and things like that. And I'm all like, huh? Like, I've been told I was cold or like whatever, or I'm not that good at this and that. She goes, no, it's because they don't know guys like you. And then I'm like, you're exactly like my dad, or you're exactly like my brother. My brother shows love this way. And I'm like, oh. And then so she's like, yeah, people just don't know how to take love the way that other people give it. They want it their way. But she goes, you got to meet in the middle. She goes, it's like the whole love language book, right? It's like some people give it a certain way, and then you're over here getting mad because they're not loving you the way that you want it to be done. Or like
they're not receiving love that you're giving.
Yeah, and it's like everything is just having empathy for both and not getting mad that like people. She's like, I get it if like you're annoyed of the miscommunication, but she goes, I don't understand like how people react so angrily to someone missing the mark.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, yeah, that's probably what happened, where like I was missing the mark and then I was getting blamed for it. So I was just like, I'm gonna just give up. Why even try, right? And then so I was like, that was like next level to me, because I was like, whoa, fuck, I never had someone not only understand me but help me connect better. And then it made it an open environment where it's like, all right, well, how do you like to be loved? And let me try to experiment. And it was the space between us is we have a really like cool it's almost like this like free safe space to just try like doing shit without, there's patience there, right? So like it's not like you know, she communicates how she wants something done and then immediately if I fuck up I'm reprimanded for it, which it happens a lot in so many relationships, because whatever is going on in them or me or whatever, like it immediately gets into a fight because people get butthurt. But in our situation, I think she's created environment, and this is not even me doing it, this is all her. She created that environment where it's like, it's just a cool, loving space.
You feel safe. You can fuck up
Yeah.
and fail, and she'll help guide you instead of punish you.
Yeah, and it goes both ways, because now it's like I'm learning from that, and it's like, oh shit, this is what a good, loving, healthy space is.
Because she loves you.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, but I think that literally was the moment of like, oh fuck, I didn't even know these kind of relationships existed. And then so why I'd be stupid not to, you know, be married with her and like keep her forever, you know? Yeah.
Was there an same question I asked Bart? Is there like an emotional moment, like a eureka moment that happened? I mean, obviously what you just shared is very emotional, but was there like some kind of argument or some catalyst?
No, I don't think there's catalysts, but I do think like it's a collection of tons of moments that
basically confirm every single time. Because it's like, it can't just be one thing. It's like
A mosaic.
yeah, like everything added up, and it's like, oh, this is completely different. I don't think we've had one moment actually where it was like a big kind of thing.
You just built a big, strong thing together.
I think, yeah, there's so much complementary things everywhere that it's hard to not appreciate it.
Love it.
Yeah.
What's your love language?
I think it's acts of service and quality time, but like, I don't
And
know.
amount of weapons that both want.
Gifts, weapons.
We try to do all of it, but I think what's cool about her is like, if I tell her like, if I'm lacking somewhere, or like if I don't take initiative to do it, it's not that I don't want to, it's just I'm not trained to express that way. So just, I know it might be weird and it might be unromantic for you to just ask, because I think like sometimes people like to surprise or whatever. And I'm like, but you're gonna have to just be literal with me. Yeah. And then so I think the cool part is that she accepts that and she goes, all right. So when she wants attention, she goes, I need attention right now. Or she'll be like, yeah, can you hold me right now? And it's like, that's the best thing, because then I don't have to fucking guess.
Nikki does that to me too.
Right.
It's the best.
But it's so much more easier than like, why aren't you doing it already?
Yeah,
and it's like, what the fuck, bitch? What the fuck? You're so mean. Yeah. You know, like, yeah. But yeah, I think that's the cool thing.
That's
is the ability to negotiate and communicate. Yeah.
Well, you guys just have the matching love language. Like it really is.
I think that's the other thing too. It's like we don't have to try hard to be not who we are. Like we already can exist and be that, and then
There's no pressure, huh?
Yeah.
I really disagree with people who say that relationships are so fucking hard. Like, because to me, if you got the right match, it's really easy and it's convenient.
Yeah.
It's like nice that your partner does things like matches you so well that like when you do something or you fuck up, they pick it up and like you're good. Like or like you can conflict resolve really quickly because you have the same emotional intelligence.
Did you have a pivotal moment with Nikki?
Absolutely.
So there was like a catalyst.
So for me and Nikki, it was we got together. It was hot and heavy, right? Immediately.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's the best.
We date. We go on a date.
Date hard.
Then the next time, and she's already like texting her friend like, "Hey, do you want chicken or steak at the wedding?" When her friend goes, "How's it going?" Right? Yeah. And it was like nuts. Like we were just having such a seamless date, and we'd already been friends for years, right? So then,
that probably helped out because you guys already knew each other,
the rapport, man,
and who you really were without trying to impress each other.
And I already really liked her as a person, and we had a great ball busty friendship, which is I need that. I cannot be with somebody who worships me or whatever the fuck. I need ball busting.
Or worries if you're literal or not.
Thank you. Yeah, you actually get me really well. It's pretty funny.
That's some bullshit.
But
Say it loud.
so the moment for me, it was like our second date, and we like go back to her place, and like we're not having sex, we're making love. Like it was like
Whoa.
It's a slow thrust.
That's a crazy ass thing to.
it was insane, bro. It was insane. Like it was just like we were both in that like that weird.
You had your
lock-in.
legs wrapped around her and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Give us more details.
She had my legs over my head. She had my dick on her head, and she was thrusting into my dick.
She had your legs. Steve had his fucking ankles behind his neck, dude.
He had a pillow under his low back. He was like, oh, let's do it.
Triangle
Do
one.
it, mommy.
He was like, "Take me."
Sick, dude.
It's yours. And then no, but after that, like we fell asleep in each other's arms and all that shit. And the next morning I wake up and my all the blood on my left side's dead because I was like holding this bitch all night and stuff. But I wouldn't have had it any other way. Didn't want to move even. Like it was just like holy shit. I had never made love like that.
That's a unicorn moment to have that.
So that was your first time with her, and you already knew.
Yeah.
Like that was the
That's
catalyst. Wow.
crazy.
I know, it's like fucking fairy tale bullshit.
That's mainly infatuation for most people.
Yeah.
And then it's just gone.
I bet it
That's
probably
sick.
had something to do with you guys knowing each other. Because it's not. It's
It's a big prerequisite.
Because the infatuation is usually like when you meet someone fresh
Yeah.
and you don't really know them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I know for sure, but I don't know how that didn't help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, of course it probably helped, but
Did she agree on this one? She was like, we were making love, or she was just like, I was just pounding you.
Yeah. She's like, I was just taking your pee-pee.
Yeah.
Steve's all like, it was so romantic and magical. And then fucking Nikki's like, I needed some dick, man. I haven't fucked in like 6 months.
She's like, I made that dick my bitch. It's something we always talk about. We talk about it all the time, and it was just like definitely a catalyst for us. And then, after that, I remember also one of my favorite things she ever did for me was I was going on a trip to see my brother graduate from the Air Force and shit, and like on my way leaving, she gave me like this like whole package of like things that she had made me of like, day 1 when you're gone, day 2 when you're gone, day 3 when you're gone, because I was gonna be gone like for Monday to Friday, and like it was like she had like written me like letters and like yeah, it was like so cool, and then she had done this really cool thing too where I'm a big Colts fan and stuff like that, so she got like a Marvin Harrison jersey. He's like a Colts legend, right? And she's wearing the Marvin Harrison jersey and like these really cool underwear, and she sends me like these sick photos that she took.
Sick photo.
Send some back? Did you send her something?
She's like bent over, like opening her butt cheek all the way open and shit. You know what I mean? Showing me that whole thing.
Oh my god.
And that, honestly, like I think I missed her so much that I was just like.
You skipped the graduation? You skipped it?
Yeah.
You're like, fuck it.
That's that point in the movie where they're running the other way.
And he's on the phone like, no, yeah, I was there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great thing. Yeah.
You didn't see me? I was there.
And honestly, it just gets better with us every single year. Like, it really does. Like, we're just so close. And, like, I call her the magic lady because when we kiss, it's just like boom, 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 like the fireworks, man.
That has nothing to do with the fact she pays all your bills?
She pays for everything.
She uses Steve for dick, dude. That's what she uses him for.
She's like, I'm going to take care of you forever. And I'm like, and then she actually did it.
She didn't go back on her word.
Yeah, and then she can go back and work. I lose us money.
They just sell cars like hotcakes.